Mark Coyle, Athletic Director at Boise State. It's hard to believe, December 1st, 2011 is when you first started. What's it been like for a full year now in Boise?
Yeah, it's been great. It's a very welcoming committee, so that part's been great from that standpoint. But obviously, with all the changes in conference realignment around the country, we've had to pay close attention to that with some of the shifting landscape. You're trying to make long-term decisions, but it's been a great first year. And I had a chance last year. I was still at Kentucky, but flew out for the MAACO Bowl Las Vegas and had a great time. And I'm excited to be here and know the kids and the student athletes and the coaching staff a lot better. So it's fun.
The work you did in Kentucky is very commendable because you helped build a program. You helped find long-term donors and reinvest in that. Working with the men's basketball program, people used to say, "Oh, you're only going to be a basketball school in Kentucky," but then again, you proved them wrong. You got a lot of different donors. Is that a situation that's kind of like Boise State, where you're trying to find other means of money within the community to build that program?
Yeah, it's a great question. What we try to do, and what we did at Kentucky, what we're doing at Boise State, is we're trying to create access points. I think there's a perception that, you got to give $100,000 to be a donor. That's not. You give us $10, you're a donor, and that makes a huge impact on our program. We're in the process of implementing a new priority point system at Boise State, which will reward loyalty and giving to the university in terms of season ticket purchases and giving to athletics from that standpoint. So again, we want to get all people involved in our program and create those access points because we've got a good story to tell.
It's absolutely a great story, and I'm sure that when you think about the two programs, football at Boise State, Kentucky and basketball, how would you compare and contrast John Calipari and Chris Peterson?
They have more in common than they don't. And what I mean by that is they both have great passion for what they do, and they care very deeply about the student athletes. Obviously I spent 3 years working very closely with Coach Calipari, and in the past year with Coach Peterson. I have a tremendous amount of respect for them because, as I said, they care about their student athletes. They want to have that academic and athletic success, obviously, and they both have that drive to compete at a very high level.
Also, the Bronco State basketball team is absolutely on a tear. You got to be very excited in just a year's time to see how exciting that's going to be, not only for this year, but for next year. Who knows what's in store for them? You got to be thinking you might be ready for March.
Yeah, Coach Rice, Leon Rice, our basketball coach, he's in year 3 up there. Came from Gonzaga, has an unbelievable background, and he's done a great job with our student athletes. And I give him a lot of credit because last year we were a team around 500. But if you watch this play, even down here in the Mountain West basketball tournament in Las Vegas, San Diego State had to beat us on the last-second shot.
Right.
And his kids play hard for him, and I think that says a lot about Leon and what he's doing for our program.
It does indeed. And finally, do you ever worry? You take so much responsibility, the day-to-day operations of the athletic department. Do you ever feel that if you're going to another conference, you feel like you're getting the priority that you deserve? Because you deserve that kind of recognition, certainly, and money, but priority. It would be bad if it gets dismissed where some of the Big East members are like, the road trips and the scheduling, we'll handle that later. They might seem like they're more privileged than helpful.
Yeah, that hasn't come across in our conversations. I've had a chance to go to a couple different sets of Big East meetings, being a part of that conference, and with the Big West Conference, I've been to those meetings as well. And what we keep talking about is, we're trying to, I've been doing this 21 years. I've been in college athletics, I've been an athletic director for the last year, and I take very seriously, my job is to gather as much information I can across the country. I talk to many athletic directors, many conference commissioners, and many media experts. And it's my job to get that information to our president, because these decisions are being made by presidents. And I take that responsibility seriously. I've got to give my president the information I can give him so we can make the best long-term decision for Boise State. And again, we'll let our actions speak. Again, we've got a football program that's doing it the right way. As you mentioned, our men's basketball, our swimming program. We've got a lot of programs doing it the right way, and we're going to let our actions speak for us.
You've worked in the Big Ten, worked in the SEC. Even the Pac-12 might even consider expanding to the Pac-14. What do you think would happen maybe 5 years down the road if that case?
Yeah, obviously it's hard to answer that question because is it 5 years or 5 weeks or 5 minutes?
Really?
With the way the landscape is right now, and obviously, as I said before, our goal is to make the best long-term decision for our institution, but I want to make sure we don't lose focus on our student athletes. That's why we do this stuff, is we want to provide a great experience for our student athletes, and we want to make sure we position Boise State where we give our kids a chance to compete at a high level.